Welcome to She Shines, everyone. We are so excited to be chatting with Miss Alexis Rose. Alexis, say hi to everyone.
Hi, everybody. Yay.
Welcome.
I made it.
Yes.
Yes.
We cannot wait to dive into this episode. So let's just start off at the beginning. Walk us a little bit through your background and, what made you take the leap into entrepreneurship, the evolution that you've experienced since. Spill the tea.
So I have to give the amended version because if not, we will be here till next.
Yeah. Okay.
I like this fully loaded. I think as people get to know me more and more, they get to know more and more, right? They get to experience like today announcements and just sharing things in my life from past of my life and what makes me to who I am today. And basically, that is what makes me an entrepreneur and a very proud one. Very frustrated, very, just going through the motions of being an entrepreneur. But, just I started, my life with just kind of just always knowing that I wanted to live a life of freedom, and meaning that I wanted to do what I wanted to do when and how I wanted to do it. I worked jobs and things like that, but it just never really sat with me. And, growing up, I'm 36 now, kind of like growing up, there was really no real examples of entrepreneurs, people really starting their business around me or in my family. It was just like, we're going to go to work and, we're going to come home, and that's just what it is. So I always felt out of the box. I've always felt like the way I felt like is something wrong with me because I don't want to do that. Like, that's just like, that's great for you. That's just not what I want to do. So I've always had that thing, but not really knowing what that thing is and knowing how to hone on into it. It wasn't until I graduated high school. I went to school of performing arts for dance, and I always knew I wanted to be in entertainment. I've always knew that I wanted to entertain, but just trying to figuring things out because you don't really have those examples around you of how to go about it. So I'm figuring this out all on my own, making mistakes along the way, but meeting amazing people, some good, some bad. Some people that are going to get you into some craziness, and some people who are going to hold your hand and kind of bring you through it. So that's really what it was like for me. I think one of a lot of the questions that you may get when you start a business and have some success in your business is people ask you, how do you do it? Or how do you know? It's like, well, how I knew and how I do it may not necessarily be the same for you. Because everybody's journey and background and experiences and environment is just different. And so it comes to a beginning of your career where you just got to really figure it out and grind it and just feel it. And for me, I started that process very early in my life at 19, where I was dealing with a lot of mess ups and a lot of mistakes with wrong people. And that I think has built the armor of the way I think, the way I move, how I can bounce quickly back from a mistake and from a downfall. It doesn't mean that I don't fall. I definitely fall, and it hurts to keep falling. Yeah. Every time you fall, it doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt. It's just, okay, I can get back up this time, and I know how to kind of self-bandage myself and, self-cater to myself and move on to the next thing. So that's really what it's been, the cycle for me. I was a teen mom. I was 19 when I had my daughter, and that was definitely a obstacle that I had to maneuver. But it never stopped me from thinking that I still had the capabilities of performing and traveling and being in this entertainment world that was so gravitating to me. And so I did. I still continued to kind of juggle being a mom, but I'm gone, and being a mom, but there's something in me that's burning, that's saying I gotta do this. And I just kept hustling that out until it got to the point where I got tired of working for someone else.
Yeah.
That point where you just damn, I have so many ideas of my own, and I have so many things that I just want to bring to the table, and I want people to see me, not who I am under this entity, under this umbrella. Like, I want you to see all of my ideas and all of my things, and the way I process communication with women and the way I process communication with other moms. Like, I want to have the freedom to explore that. And that's just what I started to do. I just started to say, F it. Like, I'm gonna start this class. And I started one class, and of course it's like 5 people, and then it's 10 people, and then it's 20 people, and then it's sold out, and then it's we're currently sold out, and now you're in magazines or in news clippings, and you're on, you know, it's the journey, it's the process.
I think Anna Laura and I have both experienced the magic of the Airex dance class, and we're so excited that you did decide to step out on your own, because you're right. I mean, you have so many beautiful ideas, and the specific way that you do communicate with women, I believe is so special, and really makes you feel like loved and comfortable, and like sisterhood, and all of those, you know, good feelings. So we're excited that you were like, F this, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Exactly. And it's funny, before you got on, we were talking about how, you know, despite like obstacles that come up, like we know that you're not bulletproof and you're not invincible. No one is, but your ability to rebound after so many things, we're literally just talking about this, is just, you know, your ability to just get back into it, like keep hustling, keep going after that dream, is so inspiring to witness, and it's really encouraging and motivating for us too.
Yeah, I think I literally commented that today on your post. I was like, you're so inspiring. I love that your spirit has been revived. We're just so excited. So speaking of the bounce back though, so throughout Black Lives Matter and COVID, this has been a really tough time for many entrepreneurs, many professionals, and many of the women that we work with in our She Shines Academy. We're really unsure of how to pivot, how to relaunch, how to rebrand during this crazy time. And you have, and not to say it has not been without challenges, but you've done a really beautiful job of making that bounce back and pivoting. So how did you really deal with that? And what would be your recommendations to women of when to pivot, when to rest, and how to just like really get honest with themselves on the time and energy that's required to kind of make it throughout this tumultuous time?
I have so much to prove to myself, but I felt like I was also proving to other people that I can do this, right? I can have a business, I can have a brand, I can be a Black woman, and I can do all this, and I can do it real freaking good too, right? But the flip side of COVID was I was rebirthed, I was reborn. And there was a new person that was, I think, always ready to kind of come out and be there, but I was suppressing it with the 10-year, 20-year dream that I was trying to achieve. And, you know, things, I always say this, and I said this in my post today, was things happen to you. I mean, things happen for you, not to you. And this didn't happen to me, it happened for me. Because thank God I did not open up that studio 100%, because where would I be right now today? I would be in over my head with debt and drowning in how I'm going to, you know, get out of it, and how am I going to make this happen? Like, you know, the grants, because I, you know, looked into a lot of them. They were great, but my rent was $10,000 in Rittenhouse Square.
Wow.
Yeah. If I got a grant or a loan for whatever, it would have been right through.
Yeah.
And I would have been owning that, you know? So, and you can't fill up the space to capacity to make that money back.
One of the things that you said, which I really love, and I think will help women who are maybe still pivoting, because this is still ongoing, there's maybe still relaunching or rebranding. You said 2 things that I really loved was making sure that you're honest with yourself, because I think a lot of times we do want to go. And I know I can definitely relate. Like if I'm not busy, I'm like, well, what am I doing? I like to be like, have a filled calendar, and things are not to say we both don't love vacation, but like just love to be busy and with people, you know? And, but the flip side of that is, are you actually honest right now with yourself, the time and energy that you have, the relationships that you have going on. So ladies out there, if you are looking to pivot, relaunch, rebrand, like this is a really great time, maybe to not just jump right into it and like get quiet with yourself, do the inner work, and just get really honest. How much time do you have? How much energy do you really have? Not how much energy do you want to have? We always want more, but what are you sitting with right now, and what can you do with that? Because chances are you could probably still do something very beautiful. You don't have to burn the candle at both ends. Yeah. And the other thing that I love that you said was just giving, and Anna Laura, I think I heard this from her first, was just giving yourself grace throughout the whole process. You know, you have to be honest with yourself, and you have to give yourself grace, because no one is going to do that for you.
It is so true, Anna. You're dead on with that. Giving yourself grace, giving yourself permission. Look ugly. Okay.
Yes.
Cry ugly.
Yes.
Feel, you know, I'm so serious. Like, I was up in here looking like, like what? I woke up one day like, who is she? What am I? Like, I don't even know myself anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't even know who I was. Like, that's one of the first things I told my therapist when we started working with one another. I was like, honestly, like, I don't even know who I am. Who am I? I feel like who I was 3 or 4 months ago before March hit, and who I am now in April, like, they're two different people. And she's like, and that's okay.
It's just part of the process. Yeah.
And that's okay. Evolution, like growth. I've been through it so many times. I've been through this shift so many times, but you never think it's going to come again.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You're settled now in whatever you're doing. And
no,
the universe is like, not yet.
Just kidding, girl.
We got a little bit more to go. But I will say, again, now I'm here and so honored and grateful to share my breakdown and show the breakthrough and be able to say, you know, if this is you today, that's okay, because somewhere down the road, this is going to be new you and the new skin. You're going to shed that. You're going to look so amazing. You're going to be so glowing, and you're going to just look back and say, thank you for getting me to this point, to your old self. Thank you for getting me to this point, but I don't need you right now anymore. I'm ready to let you go. I'm ready to leave, to say hello, and introduce myself to the new me. Hi, how are you?
Yes. This is going to give so many women, myself included, just that giving yourself that permission to step away from that and leave old her where she is and just come meet yourself. Okay? Exactly.
There with her. Let them stay back there too.
Some people gotta
go down.
Well, it's just really amazing that through all of that, I mean, you know, just the lowest of the low points, and you knowing that, you know, if you're going through your current lowest of the low point, just know that that is not the end for you, that just on the other side of that, you know, like you just said, like the breakthrough is in the breakdown sometimes, and your mess can become your message later on. And now you have been able to step up into so many new roles and opportunities that are presenting yourself that probably wouldn't have presented themselves to you if you were still in that old skin. And so I would love to, if we could, just talk about those new opportunities that have, you know, come from all this craziness. I don't even know a word for it anymore.
I know. I'm now a certified nutritionist.
Congrats.
Thank you. So, you know, I just wanted to really heal myself from the inside out and do the work that was needed. And so that's what I did. And then one day I got a phone call and it was like, actually I got a DM.
That's how the best things happen, through the DMs.
I'm sure you're like, this isn't even real.
No, At first I was like, I know her because she takes my classes at Soul Cycle. I was like, I know her, but she was like, oh my God, I have an opportunity I want to talk to you about. Can you send me your email? I knew it was real though, because you know how like you get those bots in your DM that's like, DM us.
Yes.
Yes.
It was like, no girl, DM me. Like,
right.
Thank
like,
you.
Yeah, like, no girl. So I was like, okay, there must be some, truth to this. So I definitely reached out to her, sent her my email, and she was like, we want you to be one of the faces of our brand, and we love everything about you. I take your classes. People, in the company take your classes, and they just say it's very transformative, and everything who you are and what you define as a person and as an instructor. We just want to work with you. And I was like, okay. Okay. And then, come to find out, it was a very, very big, major deal. It was one of my biggest deals that I've ever done through social media. And I was like, oh, this is what it feels like to really have a salary on just through social media. Oh, okay. So these people are really real. Like, you literally have a whole, just by posting. And so, and then, but obviously for me, it definitely was deeper, because there was a deeper incentive to just posting the clothes. We work with Girls Inc., which is a very dear and true warming place in my heart for me. To be a part of that organization is absolutely an honor. I get to teach classes to them. I get to mentor them through life and experiences that they're going through, and share mine as well, and let them know they have somebody that they can listen to and they can bounce things from.
Yeah.
So that is one of the biggest things of why I'm super happy to be a part of this organization.
Yes.
And being able to teach my classes on their platform, and do their virtual sweat sessions around the world.
Yes, we've seen them online, girl.
Yes.
So I'm feeling very, I was just like literally blown away by the amount of like love and genuine appreciation, because I've worked in companies. I am literally a body, and I'm a body because of the color of my skin and my gender.
Mm-hmm.
Period. I'm a Black female, and we gotta have a Black female on schedule, and we gotta have one that's like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I was that for a very long time, and I was trying to fight for so long to say, but no, I'm so much more than that.
So much more
valuable than that, and I'm so much more worthier than that. And then you keep going through experiences like that, and it keeps diminishing your truth of you knowing that you are valuable and worthy. And then you start feeling like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to accept anything because this little bit of crumbs is better than what I was getting over here.
I absolutely love this. In our community, we primarily talk with multi-passionate women. And so, not only are they juggling so many different roles, but it's so many different passions and ideas and things dreams that they want to pursue. And so just you saying that, I think just set a lot of minds at ease that, okay, there is room for it all. Like you get one life, but you can live many lives at once, So thank you for that.
No, thank you. And thank you for allowing me to obviously share those thoughts. And I feel like on the other end of it, being a part of this company, Free People, again, I was in another situation where I questioned it before I went into it, and was like, okay, so am I going to be the token? Right? Like, because I don't really see people look like me on your platform. And again, they were like, we know, and we need to do something about that. And we need to change that. And if you're willing to be a part of that story and part of that change, this is why we want to have you. And so I had to decide, is that true from them? And is that my true intention, right? Do I want to show up that way and take on that. And I was like, you know what? It hasn't stopped me before. Why would it stop me now? And the more that I get to do that, not only does it open up opportunities for me, but it opens up opportunities for the people coming after me. And that's what's really most important, so we can keep circulating it and making it a bigger conversation to actually have. When I'm done with this, can I respect myself? Can I, look at, can my children see my pictures and see my work and my photos and be super proud of their mom? And those were the decisions that I was making when I was considering coming aboard onto that job. And I'm very glad that I did. And it really is a great company, and it's really great people, and they're shifting what fitness looks like and who wears the clothing.
Yeah, it's about time. 2020. Let's go. Well, yeah. Well, speaking of fitness, and that's kind of your wheelhouse, is the dance, fitness, wellness world. It can be considered a very saturated market online and kind of tough to break in, but you have such a unique feeling, such a unique vibe, that when you not only have walked into your class, but are in your presence, just talking to you, it's ARX, it's Alexis Rose. So what would you attribute to the success of ARX standing out from the rest of, fitness, wellness, all of that, and what would your advice be to others who might find themselves in a saturated market? Because we think it's something that you do so well. I mean, it's why you were booking out dance classes when there are other dance classes, and then started booking out yoga when you were known as a dance studio, so it's obviously you have the special sauce. So how do other people find their special sauce?
Girl, I was really born and blessed with a talent. And how selfish is that I'm not showing up to the world with what I've been truly to do. And so I don't really, know how to tell somebody how to find their sauce, but I will say you got to really find your truth of who you are and not be afraid to say it.
We would love to know where can we find all that info for you?
So,
should we just follow you?
Definitely follow. Okay, plug it in. Alexis Rose _ARX.
Alexis, again, thank you so much for everything that you shared, for getting real and honest with us, and sharing your raw story, and giving amazing advice for women to pivot, relaunch, and really step into their power and who they are. So thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. And until next time, we'll see you on She Shines.
Hey there, I'm Anna Laura.
And I'm Alex, and we are the founders of She Shines. So whether you are working full-time, you are a side business queen, full-time entrepreneur, or somewhere in between, we are here to support you.
Yes, and we love doing that through connection, community, and girl talk, usually with a glass of champagne in hand. And we would love to connect with you, whether it's through our She Shines Academy, through our podcast, through an event, or through our text fam. We would love to answer your questions and help support you any way that we can.
We hope to hear from you soon. Cheers, girlfriend.